Hey everyone, it is Erin Floto from Erin Floto Designs here, and we are moving into my new notebook for 2021. I am using an Archer and Olive Blackout notebook. This is with the rainbow hollow design, and it is a leather notebook. So I am using this Blackout notebook. I have a whole video on my 2021 planner lineup. If you are interested, I will link that down below and in the card. And without further ado, I'm just going to hop right into it. I am so excited about this setup. I've already set it up. It is probably one of my favorite setups of all time, and I hope you love it too. So now I am going to walk you through it with voiceover Erin. Hey everyone, so this theme is very colorful, it is very eclectic, it is using a lot of fluorescence, and I am so excited about it. So I am using a stencil from my shop. This will be available starting in January, or you will get it if you are a patron in the platinum tier or above. So if you are in the platinum, diamond, or if you are in the titanium tiers. So I will have a link down to my Patreon if you are interested. This comes with the stained glass kit that is going to be released for December 2020. I am thrilled about how this ended up turning out. I love the color choices. I used all Sakura jelly rolls, and then I also used a Pigma Micron, also from Sakura. So I was just really feeling this very vibrant fluorescent theme. So I got a lot of inspiration from Lenny Does Things. So I will link her Instagram down below. She did a very vibrant theme in November, and I just could not get that theme out of my brain. So I decided to keep that fluorescent theme alive. I was gonna go a straight black and white for 2021, but I figured after 2020, there needs to be some light at the end of the tunnel. So I really wanted to put a lot of color and a lot of variety into this. Plus there is a rainbow on the front of this notebook. So I figured this is the perfect time to do a rainbow type theme. Page is for a future log, which I actually have not done in years. I figured it was high time that I visualize things by the month instead of doing just my ordinary birthday and holiday tracker. I thought that this would help me when it comes to scheduling medical appointments and scheduling different types of events and putting my Patreon calendars and doing all sorts of things like that. So I thought a future log might help me look into the future just a little bit more, especially past the 6 months of what this notebook will be used for. So I'm really excited to go into a future log for this particular theme and for this particular notebook. It's not something that I've done in quite a while, and I actually am excited thinking about having a future log. I know that sounds super weird, but I really wanted to make sure that I spend some time to think about what's going on in the future and try to schedule things out a little bit more in advance. 2020, I was living kind of day by day for most of it because there was never any point in time where I knew what was going to happen in the future. So when it came to like going back to work and back into the office, there's still a lot of things up in the air in 2021, but I'm hoping that being able to see things into the future and having a place to put things might help with that. So I am using the stencil to do the same exact theme on the other side, but the mirror image of it. And I filled out the rest of April, May, and July, and June. What am I talking about? So as you can see, I did a lot of transitions because a lot of this is like a very long process. And so some of it I did off screen just to make the process go by just a little bit faster. And so I included a lot of transitions because if you see me fill out the stencil once, you've seen me fill it out like 100 times. So on this particular page, I am continuing the future log from July until December 2021. And how I did that stencil is I did the mirror images, and then I just made sure that I used the same colors. And I wanted the rainbow gradient to go out from the middle. So you can see the actual rainbow that I have on the side there with the jelly rolls and how I worked from the middle to the outside. One of the things that I wanted to do with this stencil was give a lot of variety, but also a lot of mirror images. So on this particular page, I'm setting up my home improvements section and songs that make me productive. I'm also going to add some other things onto this page because I don't need a whole half of a page for either of those lists. I just couldn't think of anything quite at that time. So you can see I separated out the jelly rolls into two groups. So I wanted it to be an ombre effect across. So what I did is I put the red through green on one side, and then I did the same color pattern on the opposite side. So it's mirroring, but then I started from the pink and went to the teal. So you can kind of see how it looks like a gradient from there. If this is your first year using a Blackout notebook, one of the things that I wanted to show in this particular setup is that you can implement things that aren't necessarily Blackout planning. So I used a lot of white paper and I layered it in, and you can still see so much of the Blackout planning. But when it came to writing things, I added some white because it still looks really, really good if you do that. So I just really wanted to change it up a little bit and show how this can be very versatile if you're not used to Blackout planning and you kind of need a little bit of a transition moment. It might be helpful to incorporate white paper as well. So I know there's going to be a lot of new folks watching this type of video who are into bullet journaling for maybe the first time, or have bullet journaled before. Maybe they stopped because 2020 was hard. Maybe they stopped because they thought bullet journaling was hard. And I just want to put out a reminder that a bullet journal is for you. So I had a lot of fun with this setup because a lot of this, like actual coloring, I did some of it on screen, I did some of it off screen, and it was very relaxing just doing something kind of mundane like coloring these triangles in. So I did do it in some areas and I didn't do it in others just because of time and making sure that I make this a little bit more versatile and just aesthetically pleasing. But if you are doing a bullet journal for the first time, make sure you're doing spreads that it doesn't need to be a spread that everyone does. Like I said, everyone does future logs, and I hadn't done it in years. So make sure it's something that you would really like for yourself. If it is super simple of a setup, or if it is super complicated, if you want to put art in, put art in. If you don't, you don't. So I just want to remind everyone that bullet journaling is for you and for no one else. I happen to share my bullet journaling with the rest of the world, but you don't have to. So make sure it's functional for you. So these circles you can see me putting in, there are 4 that have 12 slots, 4 that have 6 slots, and 4 that have 4 slots. So basically these circles are kind of either progress circles or they are things for certain timetables. For example, the one with 12 slots is for once a month, the one with 6 slots is for every other month, and the one with 4 slots is for once a quarter. So these are things that you want to get done, but on different timetables. For example, I put in the every other month that I want to clean the sliding glass doors. My dogs pant on them, and so I need to make sure they get cleaned. So when I finish up, for example, if I start doing it on January, I'll fill in one of the sections for January, another section for March. So you can see the different options there. And then I am moving on to my main page, which I forgot to start recording right at the beginning. And it just says it's 2021, and I really wanted a statement piece for this. So I did the actual outlines for the bubble letters, and then I went in with a stencil over it so that I can put in the different colors for the different triangles. That's pretty much it for my setup. I'm going to show you a little flip through of all the pages that I did in this setup. So I did a 2021 cover page. I did 2 pages for a future log. I had a page for home improvements that I want to get done to the house. I have a section for songs that make me more productive. I just really wanted to keep track of some things that really hone me into the task that I'm doing. And then I have a section for making sure things get done that have different timetables. So I hope this setup inspired you. I do a lot of bullet journaling and planning videos. If you want to stick around, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you know when I post. And I hope that a lot of you subscribe and get into bullet journaling. And I hope that if you're interested, you can also join my Patreon, where I give stickers and stencils to my patrons every single month. I will have the link for that down below, and I really appreciate you joining me for this video. Have a great one, everyone.